at it, back at it. 2006 Buick Lucerne, the Northstar. Boop. Water pump. Now, this was different from the older generations of the Northstar, where you just take off the water pump cover here on the back, and you can use the it's a water pump tool, like a socket. This one's made different. This one's actually bolted on the front, like so. And you have to replace the entire thing. So, that being said, this entire housing has to come off. It's a lot of 10 millimeters and 13 millimeter bolts. And let's get started. It's a hammer, or a sledgehammer, as you can see. This right here, this is the water pump housing. This car, oh my goodness. When I say this is a hard job, it's not. It's hard, shit. Some of the bolts, it's so hard to get to. See these gaskets here? Gotta make sure we get these back into place. Oh, that sucks. I don't even know if that's any good. Dang it. There's one back there. The bolt's way down there. It's so hard to get to. You gotta use a wrench. You gotta take up the injectors. You have to take the fuel rod up, because there's no way you're gonna get this out of here, and you gotta unplug a bunch of connectors also, so you won't be just pulling on the wires. Oh my goodness. And this water pump for some reason will not come out. It just won't. Look, I even broke the ears off. So, it's coming now though. Let's see where it's starting to separate a little bit. Got all 5 bolts out, and now I'm just trying to knock it out at this point. This thing's beyond damaged on the inside. Let's knock the whole shaft out. But this thing has been in here, probably never been replaced. It's gonna be replaced today though. See the knock on this thing. Okay. Got it. I think this weighs up in there, man. Look at that. Clean up in here. It's in there pretty good. Get some sandpaper and finally clean this up with a wire brush. Whew. So this here puppy was sleeping down here. Wow. So actually, under further review, while scraping this off, someone put glue on here when they did the water pump. You're not supposed to put glue on here at all. There's a O-ring that goes in here, goes around the pump, that seals it. You're not supposed to put glue on this portion. That's why the damn thing was stuck. Now, if you use a real light coat of sealant, possibly, or if you get a mega gasket, like the paper gasket, and just cut it out. But you're not supposed to put no actual. This looks like, I don't know what the hell this is, but it is caked on there. Look at this. What in the what? Wow. Really quick, I made a video on changing the coolant temperature sensor on here before, and now you guys can really get a real good look at it. That's the coolant temperature sensor right there. But with all this mounted, you have to come from this angle here. Wait a minute. To get to it. See, it's here. So if you use a long extension, a 19 millimeter socket, you can get to it. So on the Northstar engine, that is the location of the coolant temperature sensor. So it's on the rear cylinder head closer to the firewall, which is considered bank 1. And that's that bad boy right there. It's a crazy spot, but hey, that's where they put it. They could have put it somewhere here and made it simpler, but why would they make it that easy? And there's the new water pump. So now I gotta get this thing all put back together. I have to loosen up the fuel rail, the injectors up, and just pull the harness out the way in order to fight with this thing. So it's on its way back. Whew, it's on its way back. Give you guys a quick view of the struggle. So these boats here, these 2 boats on this side, closer to the front of the car, has to be, and I repeat, has to be in the holes and set already. And I'll show you why. You'll know why. But so they have to be in there and already ready, because when you set this thing in there, there's no room for those things to come out because it bumps against the transmission, bumps against the transfer case. So you definitely have to have those in place. And also these 2 back ones way down there that you can't see, they have to be in place also, because again, there's no way to get them in once this thing is set up, and you can't pull them out. So just remember that. And this thing is a heck of a struggle, man. Like, oh my goodness. Almost though, almost. All right, so we're going back in. This harness does give you some play, so definitely use it when putting this thing back in. I got these new gaskets. The part number is like ES, so Echo Sam 72758. Let's see here. By Felpro. Comes with all the different gaskets, which you don't need all of them, but still comes with gaskets. These things were done. Here's the other ones. So whoever had this, or whoever did it the first time, didn't change these. These things were brittle, really old. Remember, so those 2 down there and the 2 at the very bottom, make sure the gasket and the screws are already on, because there's no way you're going to get it on if you don't do it. And then you can slide this one on, and then you can slide that one on. So I'll show you guys when it's all back and complete. Sheesh. So right here where my wrench is, those are 2 of the bolts there. So one's there where the wrench is, and then this bolt wasn't the way you'll see it, but then there's another one right up under it. And you have to use a ratchety wrench, at least it's advised to, because there's no way you can get a socket on there because of the transmission. The transfer case is right there, and there's no space for a socket to go on there, so you have to use a ratchet wrench. It sucks because you're literally going to be we call it nickel and diamond, because you're only getting a few turns in, you know, to get it going. So just be patient, you know. This is not a race when you're working on these things, because you don't want to miss something or mess something up. So just be patient and nickel and dime until you get excited, and we'll go on to the next one, you know. I think we got it. Things back together. Always check for leaks whenever you're doing coolant. Hey, there's my screwdriver. No leaks. It's a beautiful thing. Just topped her off. So far, so good.